record for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome, Sheila's Healthy Habiteers. I'm Sheila Favero, and we've got Carrie Clark and Chris Bentley with us. Chris just introduced himself to Carrie and I, but I'm going to just let him do I'll just start in case people haven't watched yet. I'm a coach, and I've helped about 100 people now around the United States to get healthy, which is really fun. I lost about 50 pounds and have kept it off for 3 years. And I can do all kinds of activities. Our theme for tonight is going to be about activity and how it can help our life be better. So, Carrie, why don't you tell us a 30-second, tell us who you are and about Tabata that you were just telling us about.
Yeah, I just started this this program called Tabata and I'm going to be going into the dark here. I guess my poor husband needs to go to bed. But I just started this Tabata program with a woman that I know, and we do it once a week at her house, and then the other things we do online. And it's done by this woman by the name of Mindy Mulray, I believe it is. And she's in California, and it's very intensive, short bursts of intensive work. It gets your heart rate way up, and you do a lot of strength training with it. And there are 6 minute sessions and half-hour sessions, and it's amazing what you do in 6 minutes with those 6 minutes.
Tell me her name again.
I don't know how to spell her last name, but her first name's Mindy. And if you look up Tabata, if you Google Tabata, it would probably come up. But
spell Tabata for us.
T-A-B as in boy, A-T-A.
Right, like it sounds. Okay.
Yeah. And you subscribe to her to the website basically, and you can do the workouts.
Good. Okay. And so you've enjoyed doing something when you can do it with someone. If you have a friend,
I don't think the word enjoy.
Not enjoy. You're more likely to get it done.
Yeah, I'm likely to get it done. The spoonful of sugar is having somebody else around, I think, for me, somewhat.
Okay, how appropriate, the sugar analogy.
That's not a good one, but
Okay, Chris, tell us where you live and something you like to do for your activity.
Yeah, I'm Chris Bentley, and I live in the Northwest, the Portland, Oregon area. Really love it here. There's lots of great outdoor activities, and that's probably the greatest thing about my exercise routines is I get to exercise in beautiful areas, and that really motivates and encourages me to stick with an exercise program. I found that I do exercise a lot more consistently if it's something that I enjoy. So I really enjoy cycling. I love hiking, especially around the Northwest. I know there are lots of incredible hiking areas around Utah as well. I try to incorporate seeing some incredible areas into my exercise routine. And another piece that I've found is if I'm able to build it into a habit, so that I sort of just get up in the morning and know that I'm going to go running or know that I'm going to go cycling, it helps me get past that mental block. Where the bed feels awfully good and cozy, and there's if I have it into a habit, it's so much easier to just get it done. So that's another piece.
So how often a week do you work out, Chris?
I try to do some sort of circular, aerobic exercise every day except for Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So whether that be usually
time or distance, or what's your goal each day?
Yeah, so usually I'm a busy person. I work full time for the Forest Service. I also volunteer for the city that I live in, and in various capacities, and I also volunteer at an elder care place, and So, my time is limited. So I try to dedicate at least a half hour in the morning. And I try to fit in about 3 miles running or about 10 miles biking every morning. And then on Saturdays, I tend to dedicate a little bit more time. So Saturdays, I think, are the best days to go for a good bike ride and, to sort of explore a different area that I haven't seen yet. And one nice thing about cycling that I really love is you can cover a lot of ground. You can see some areas that you normally don't get to see in a totally different way than you can in a car. In a car, your eyes have to be so tied to the road or the car in front of you, so you're not really able to see the scenery. But on a bike, you can still cover a lot of ground, but you're also able to look around. Right. So that's something that I really love about cycling. So on Saturday, I usually dedicate 1 or 2 hours to a good bike ride, and I try to fit in 30 or 40 miles, which sounds like a lot, but on a road bike, it really isn't that difficult if you're on relatively flat terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. And so do you feel if you do a long ride like that, do you take some kind of snack or protein with you along the way?
Definitely. And not just because I get hungry, but I also find that it's it keeps my energy up so that I can exercise more effectively. I can exercise harder. So I usually pack a couple of granola bars. I really like Cliff bars. They're really tasty and really loaded with protein and other great nutrients. And then I also pack plenty of water. If I'm on a long bike ride, I fill 2 24-ounce water bottles.
Wow. One
with sort of Gatorade with electrolytes, and then the other with water. And then often, if I'm on like a 2-hour bike ride, I'll stop by a gas station and get those refilled. Hydration is absolutely vital to for good exercise. So I try to pay attention to that. Plus, it just makes it more pleasant.
I really liked the reading that was yesterday that talked about water. I don't know if you read the daily reading yesterday.
Yeah.
That talked about how if we don't drink enough water, our cells are storing old recycled water. And so by getting plenty of hydration, it lets go all the old. And that's why we have to make so many trips to the bathroom when we first start the habit of drinking water. But at some point, then our body will accept, and we won't have to make so many trips to the bathroom. Our body, I can't remember, they called it something. I don't remember if you guys remember. Anyway, I thought that was good to know about water and how important it is, and especially combining it with activity. You can't go wrong. Those are both great healthy habits to have the rest of your life. Okay, so Chris, why did you decide to do this challenge?
I try to be pretty healthy in general, but I had noticed that lately in the past couple of months, I just was sort of becoming a little bit too laxed on a couple of things, especially drinking water, I was seeing some holes in my exercise routine, and so I'm a really team-oriented person. I tend to be really motivated when a team is relying on me and counting on me to pull my weight. So I thought that this would be a great opportunity to be on a team and to sort of get a kick in the pants by the other team members, and then also be motivated by them.
Great. Because you're probably, for your height and weight, you're probably in the very healthy range as far as the BMI chart goes. You really don't need to lose weight. And so I was really excited to have you as part of our team as our poster child for here's where we want to be when we're done.
No, I think you need to choose a better poster child here, but yeah. Yeah.
Well, great. Okay, so Carrie, do you have anything else to add about activity or any other facet of the of the challenge that's been helpful for you?
Well, I like Chris, I am more motivated when I've got the team and I know people are relying on me. So I'm trying to do that. It's been very difficult. I've got a lot of different stresses in my life right now. And so I was thinking, why did I say I would do this? But now that I've started to lose some of the weight, it's because I don't have much to lose. I don't have a lot. But
She's our poster girl.
huh?
You're our poster girl, and he's our poster
No. No, I mean, I could really, but it's partly because of my age. I mean, I've had to accept the fact that I'm not going to weigh what I did in high school. Some people can get down like that. My body just is not one of those bodies. But I'm still, I'm not dreadfully over that. But part of it is accepting that, and part of it is that my habits, that's why I like Healthy Habiteers, my habits need changing, and I have to embrace the new habits instead of fighting them.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so why don't we each talk about what one habit that maybe has been difficult for us in the last week that we're going to try to do better. So mine is the planning my meals ahead. And I find if I'll do that in the morning and just sign on to the Meltdown Challenge first thing in the morning and then just put in, here's what my food log is going to be, then I do a lot better eating. If I've planned ahead instead of just about 5 o'clock, oh, what is dinner going to be? Then a lot of times, then I end up skipping a meal or having too long between my meals. So that's the habit I'm going to work on this week is planning ahead and getting on in the morning, logging in what I'm going to have, and then at night I can go and check, yes, I stuck to my plan. So that's the thing I'm going to work on. How about you, Chris? Which is there one of the ones that you haven't gotten points in that you feel like you could do a little better?
Yeah, one area that I know I can do better on is eating consistently really healthy breakfasts. I know that breakfast is so important because it sort of jump starts your metabolism, starts things starting you going, and also if I eat something really healthy in the morning, I'm more likely to keep up with that healthy thought process throughout the rest of the day. So that's something I'm really going to commit to for the rest of this week and ongoing.
Good.
I've been trying to eat some smoothies with flaxseed and blueberries and protein powder and things. So and just in the past couple of days, I've definitely noticed the difference. So.
Yeah, because the studies show if you'll eat your first meal within an hour of waking up. So do you go work out first or do you eat your breakfast first?
Yeah, so I usually go running first thing, and then the next thing I do is fix breakfast. So usually it's still within that hour.
Okay. Yeah, I know that I've tried both ways of waiting to eat till after I go do my morning walk, but I've gotten now that I eat first and then go because I have
more energy.
I do better with and because I'm not eating a high carb fattening kind of breakfast, it's a healthy breakfast. I think that somewhere we learned you're not to exercise or go swimming or something until so long after you've eaten, and the studies that I've read say almost the opposite, that your body isn't going to let go of the fat. It's not going to metabolize as well as you're exercising if you haven't fed your body first, because really we call it breakfast because we're breaking a fast. Our body has been fasting all night and our blood sugar is quite low as we wake up. And so if we'll eat something even before we exercise, our body's going to actually perform better and be more likely to increase its metabolism as you're exercising. So you might want to try just having a small something, just a half of a smoothie before you go and then finish it when you get back.
That's a good idea. I'll do that.
Interesting to see how you feel your performance is. So Carrie, what's the habit that you'd like to work on?
eating mindfully. I know this is not one that's been mentioned so far in the challenge, but it's something that for some reason I really struggle with, and I've heard it from a lot of different places, but it's very difficult for me to stop, challenge, and choose.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is why that's what I need to work on.
Okay, so if somebody doesn't know what that means to eat mindfully, tell me what it isn't. And
well, it isn't eating mindlessly, which means you just stick it in there and chew it up and swallow it before you even think about it. And that's what I kind of tend to do, is just shovel it in, and handfuls of candy, and then I'll think, what did I just eat? So I've come a long way with that in the past 9 months since I started the TSFL, Take Shape for Life program. But I have to really stop and now I have come a long way in that I eat my meals sitting at the table. I don't stand around or anything like that. But when it comes to snacks, I tend to just quickly gobble them up instead of thinking, how much of this do I want? How much of this do I need? Am I hungry? Am I full? All those things.
Right. And another thing about being mindful as we're eating, I like to tell everybody to make sure after you've taken a bite of food to completely chew it and swallow it before you take
the next bite.
Yeah. So many times if we're watching a television show or we're eating as we're watching or as we're in the car or something, all of a sudden the food's gone and we're like, did I really eat it all? We didn't even taste it. But if we're mindful as we're eating and we're eating one bite at a time and really tasting it and having an experience, really taste the flavors, we'll be satisfied with smaller portions. A lot of times we don't need as much as we eat. We just eat it because it's there. So if we'll really taste the food at the end of our meal, we can just have our meal on a 9-inch, a smaller size plate, and we try to divide it into 3 portions. So half of the plate we like to be fresh fruits and vegetables. A quarter of it is our protein, and a quarter of the plate is going to be our starch. And we want it to be a healthy carb, like brown rice. We'd always choose over white rice. So that's the healthy plate. Anyway, but a 9-inch plate, by the time you finish eating that, if you've eaten just one bite at a time, even set your fork down in between. And it should take you at least 15 minutes or 20 minutes to eat your dinner. But for your snacks, it should take you 10 to 15 minutes to eat if you'll eat slowly and mindfully. And when you're done, you feel satisfied. You're not thinking, what else can I have? So that's a good goal to think about, Carrie. Thank you for sharing that with us. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to sign off. So a little word to those of you who will be watching this on our team. We'd love you to make a comment on the wall of what your habit's going to be this week, what you're going to do to do better with your own healthy habits. And maybe a good way to review that is look and see, you can click on the wall and see the breakdown of where you've gotten points and where you've missed your points. So look and see where you're not getting your points each day, and that might be a good thing to work on this coming week. And then report to us what you're going to work on. And those of you, I really appreciate, almost everyone on the team is really doing great. You're getting on and getting your points, and I'm really proud of everybody. So that's great. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay. Talk to you next Wednesday.
Bye.
Hey, have a good night.
All righty. Good night, everybody.
See ya.